Good evening. Shri Keshavananda Bharati, a seer. This name you might have heard many times, and is the same personality, significant personality, with respect to a case law called Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. It was in the year 1973, while hearing about this particular case, which went on for more than 2 months continuously by the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court declared that there is something called basic structure of the Constitution. Parliament has the right to amend any part, any provision of the Constitution, but it should not violate the basic structure of the Constitution. This was the judgment that was given by Honorable Supreme Court in the year 1973 in a very popularly called Keshavananda Bharati versus a State of Kerala case. And that great personality, Shri Keshavananda Bharati, passed away. He is no more, he joined the light. But as far as this particular case is concerned, that created ripples in the Indian system. Before that, there were many attempts that were made successfully by Srimati Indira Gandhi for the purpose of amending the Constitution. And in the year 1973, Supreme Court made it very clear that there is no doubt that Parliament has the power under the Constitution, under Article number 368 to amend any provision of the Constitution. But the Supreme Court introduced a concept called basic structure of the Constitution. And the Apex Court made it very clear that Constitution can be amended, any provision can be amended without violating, without affecting the basic structure of the Constitution. And regarding the basic structure, we come across the discussion many times. And as far as this particular case law is concerned, which is a very important one, and in future also this case law will be remembered for many more years. And that sage, the seer, has passed away. That is the reason why we are discussing about this particular case. And that was the largest bench, in fact. Bench means number of judges. So that was the largest bench as far as Supreme Court is concerned. 13 judges, 13 judges heard the case, and the verdict was given with 7-6 majority. But this particular case law will be remembered with respect to the basic structure of the Constitution. And since then, everybody started talking about the basic structure of the Constitution. Even the Supreme Court also many times mentioned regarding basic structure of the Constitution that cannot be violated under any circumstances, even through the constitutional amendment. And through that, Supreme Court made it very clear that if any amendment is made and if it is violated, if it is violating the basic structure, then the judiciary has the capacity to review and nullify that particular constitutional amendment. That is the reason why this case law is a very significant one. Apart from this, we'll also have some more information, and I would like to share that information with you. Kindly have a look at this. Look at this. So this is our national and international current affairs. Look at this first question. International Day Against Nuclear Tests is observed on. International Day Against Nuclear Test is observed on August 27th, 29th, July 15th or December 17th. Look at this. International Day Against Nuclear Tests. And the answer is, it is observed every year across the world on 29th August. But what is the objective of this? This is basically to raise awareness about the effects of nuclear weapons, nuclear weapon test explosions, or any other nuclear explosions. Meaning, as we know, these days are observed to create the awareness. Next, how many new submarines that Indian Navy is planning to acquire? Look at this very clearly. As far as India is concerned, we are enhancing our security. We are enhancing and we are strengthening our security. And one way is Indian Navy planning to acquire new submarines to strengthen our security system. But how many new submarines India is planning for? Answer is 24. The Indian Navy is to acquire 24 new submarines. This is being done to bolster India's underwater fighting capabilities. India is to launch the bidding process of procuring these submarines in September 2020. Right? Currently, we are in the month of September, and India is initiating this particular process of procurement. Look at this, another important one. Please read this. Yes, please. So now this is another very, very important one. It happened today only. Another great thing. The DRDO, the Defense Research and Development Organization, on September 7th, 2020, today, successfully carried out a test flight of the hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle. This is called HSTDV, and this will lead to the development of hypersonic cruise missiles in future. Wonderful test. It has been conducted by DRDO, one of the very, very, very prestigious organizations of India. And also remember, this is, this indigenous one. So this, we are developing with our own knowledge, with our own awareness, with our own know-how. It's a major technological breakthrough in the country. This testing paves the way for development of more critical technologies, materials, and hypersonic vehicles. This puts India in a selected club of nations who have demonstrated this technology. Very, very important one. What is HSTDV? And also make a note of this. DRDO chairman is Dr. G. Satish Reddy. And similar type of test, a test of the technology demonstrator, was earlier conducted in June 2019. This particular process will go on, and India continuously look for strengthening and enhancing its security. Look at the picture. So this is the picture, and it has been tested today. So that's all for today. I'll see you in the next class with more current affairs. Thank you so much. Take very good care.